Wow, in this video we have to talk about the biggest pullback that we could receive over the next few weeks that would still indicate a very bullish market. A lot of you guys have been asking me, what's the lowest we could go? What is happening? Guys, in this video specifically, I want to talk about the absolute lowest, this very key critical area that as long as this area holds, I would not be concerned in the least. And guys, this might look a little drastic on some of these charts, but I assure you, these areas right here are key, and we're gonna go over exactly why they're key, why so many things line up, and why this is important. As well, a potentially mega bullish pattern forming. Are we all overreaching right now? Are we being a little too cautious by thinking that the Bitcoin price could continue to go down over the next few days? Is this a very bullish pattern right here that we need to look at on the very small time frames? And as well, one of the biggest indicators on the daily chart right here is just extremely close. You guys have probably heard about this golden cross move right here. Absolutely huge right here. What does it mean? What happens when we get the golden cross, guys? Could this be coming at the exact perfect time? So much to talk about with that. And here is yet another view of this, guys, right around the $8,800 mark. What does this mean, guys? We have so much to get into. Let's do this. Wow, what is going on, my little chupacabras? This is huge. I cannot wait to get into today's update. So many exciting things to get over, guys. By the way, congratulations last night to the winner on Twitter. Very cool stuff. I actually picked myself. There's about 300 different things here. And as you saw from that clip right there, because I retweeted my own tweet, out of 300, I ended up picking myself first. And then I ended up picking a real winner. Because obviously I can't win. And guys, as well, we do give away ledgers on the channel when we do the giveaways, so that's huge there. But I did get a few comments from people who were saying, oh, it's not safe to get ledgers from anywhere except the company. And in part, I kind of agree with that. But if you guys did win and you didn't, if you didn't trust me and you didn't want the ledger, then I can just send you an equivalent amount of crypto as well. So guys, get your panties out of a bunch. I'm not stealing crypto. I'm not doing anything to these. I don't even know how to do that. If I did know how, I still wouldn't do it. But as well, guys, if you want to play it extra safe and you do end up winning, if you don't want to take the risk, then I can just instead send you some Bitcoin equivalent if that works as well. With that being said, guys, if you did want to win a ledger or free Bitcoin, depending on whatever you want, all you have to do is leave a comment below when you see the channel. Make sure to leave a like, make sure to leave a subscribe, turn on those post notifications, ding that bell, and we can get right into the content. Guys, I had this tweet earlier today. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing this, but we're possibly seeing a real nice setup. Now, what I was referring to in this tweet here, in this tweet right here, was a smaller time frame situation here with this potential falling wedge. Guys, we've seen this once before, okay, back in the beginning of February. Okay, breakout again. This one's very steep, but we also saw it here, guys, back at the beginning of January. So in fact, this is eerily similar. We have seen these falling wedges over and over. So far, this is the most steep falling wedge. But keep in mind, we did reach that 10K level, so that could have somewhat of a part on that. Again, I don't think this pattern will repeat forever. I don't think we're gonna get repeating fractals of falling wedges for the rest of all time, and that'll be it, guys. Okay, but this is just a possibility to look out for on this chart. We have seen these falling wedges before, and we've seen them break out, so it should be interesting to see. We already have many touches confirmed on this falling wedge here. Okay, so very interesting to look at. Look at this here, here, here. Okay, about 4. This is the 1 hour chart, so you see some wicks, but you see the candles for the most part, they're closing on this line here, 1 hour candles. This would actually even look better on the 4 hour chart, but then, guys, we have here, all of these touches at the top here, here as well, here as well. So many touches. This could potentially be a very nice pattern forming, but that is a bullish pattern for the short term. That is a bullish pattern for the short term. However, if we want to take a zoom back and really take a bigger picture look at all of this, because guys, I get some DMs and I get messages. Okay, people are just like, well, where could the bottom be? Where could this move be headed down to before we continue to rally up? So we want to play it safe, and we want to cover all aspects of this. We want to make sure we just know every angle going on here. Similar to my friend's mom, before she would let us have sleepovers, she would have to have a 1 hour session, one-on-one alone time with her to make sure that she could trust us sleeping over in her son's house. And let's just say that Mamacita knew how to make some chocolate milk. Am I right, boys? Guys, so we have so much to get into. So let's actually take a look here. So we have to cover this ultimate pullback zone to remain bullish. Okay, we're gonna save that for a little bit. But guys, what you do know as well, we have this golden cross coming together right here. It's going to happen very, very shortly here. So that's when this blue 50 moving averages crosses above this 200-day yellow moving average right here. Okay, now that is crucial. So usually that is a very, very, very bullish sign. Now we're having somewhat of a pullback right now, guys. Okay, you guys know we're in the midst of a pullback. Now, has this happened before? We covered this maybe about a month ago. The last time that we had a golden cross here, okay, we had a massive rally. Again, that was a very bullish sign. And in fact, a death cross is the opposite of that. It's when the 200 crosses, it's when the 200 crosses above the 50 moving average. So we had that right here. And look what happened basically immediately after, guys. Here we go straight down basically. And that's when we saw that monthly, few month correction here going from 14K all the way down to about 6.5K. But finding some very nice resilience here. Remember, nowhere near the lows that we received at the beginning of 2019, the very end of 2018 as well. Okay, so that's one bullish sign we have to look for. We're going to see this very soon. So this will be exciting this week. This is going to happen this week, happen very shortly here. And I think going into the end of this month, we could see some very bullish moves because we have about 2 weeks before the end of this month. And there's a lot of time in here. We're going to have a lot of time after this cross that we're still going to be in February, and I think a lot of moves are going to play out before then. We only have a few months until the Bitcoin halving as well, and I know there's a lot of speculation and a lot of interest surrounding that. So guys, I want to jump now to this, okay? Let's actually go here. So this is very important in my opinion. So here we have this potential giant cup and handle forming. Okay, this is the weekly chart, so these candles look small, but this is from end of October to potentially ending at the beginning of February. Okay, so a few months there, and now a potential handle is in the making right here. Now, 9,000 to 9,200 I think is a really good pullback area, a pullback target for this. But I do think that there is the most extended level that this could go and still remain extremely bullish, and there's a few reasons why. Okay, so if this came down even to the 8,000 and at the very, very lowest, probably like the 84 or $8,500 level right here, okay, that would remain in this extremely strong support zone. This box represents extremely strong support and resistance. Okay, there is so much going on here. I really doubt Bitcoin price would just fall through this floor. And that combined with this, guys, the biggest indicator of a bullish market, in my opinion, is when we had that cross here back on January 13th. Bitcoin went from 8,400 to the 10,500. Everyone got insanely bullish when we had this cross. So the 21-week moving average is key. And right now, the 21-week moving average is actually right here at about 83 or 84. And by the time this come down, it'll probably be around 83 or 8,500 US dollars. So right around this area here, guys. So if we did have a comeback down to here, not only will we be in this very strong zone, it would be perfect for a pullback for this cup and handle of where the handle could pull back to. Okay, we have a handle come down here. And then if we had a bounce here, that would be insanely bullish because again, we have this support. We have such strong support here of this 21-week moving average. So that is absolutely crucial there. If we're able to maintain that and find some support, guys, that's really what I'm looking at. Okay, so as of right now, we're looking on the weekly chart. Let's look at this worst case scenario. Let's say we don't turn around in price this week. What can we be looking at over the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, moving ahead and still remain very optimistic? Guys, you might be wondering, like, how do I stay optimistic? This is exactly, what I'm showing you now is exactly why, okay? If we get the pullback down to here in this zone, again, right here, there has to be such strong support. And again, same thing when we fell through here and then failed to break through it again. That's another thing that triggered this massive sell from about 10,000 down to the $6,500 level. And we broke it again, guys. This thing really wants to break above it. This has happened before where Bitcoin does get above the 21 week, okay, then fails to hold it and then tries to do it again. So let's actually zoom back the 21-week moving average because this chart's longer. We can't do it on the other chart because there's not enough data. We go back the 21-week moving average. Let's go to this, guys. The 21-week during the 2015 market, look at this. We already covered this, but this is huge. Okay, you see it fall below here, this blue line, fall below, and then it retests it right here, okay? Retest to get above it, and that just pretty much, it was off to the races there. So we see it fail once. We see it fail once to hold that, to stay above that, but then you see it come back up. And again, same thing you see with actually the 50 and 200-day moving averages, the golden cross and the death cross. Same thing was going back on here in 2015 during that market as well. Same exact thing happened. It took 2 times. So now we're entering the second time. Okay, so it really, if this holds, then this is actually a beautiful representation and almost an exact repeat of similar market situations going back to the last full-on bull market at the very beginning of the last bull market. And again, if anything, we theorize that we're actually at the beginning of this bull market, okay? We're not in like a full-fledged full-fledged bull market where everything's insane and we're getting massive gains. This is nothing yet. If we're in a bull market, this is the very tippy top of the bull market. We're like maybe 1% through a bull market, if anything. If this is really the bull market, this is the literal beginning of the bull market. So again, these are crucial times here because we're getting this cross, okay? We have the 21-week moving average that'll have to hold support at the very worst case scenario. It needs to hold above like the $8,300, $8,400 level. very worst case, we could come down to 8,500 guys in the next week and still be at all-time highs within the next few months. Basically, me saying that is we could come down over $1,000 from where we are right now in the next week, and we could still be in an incredibly bullish setup. Let me try and say that again. I don't know if I'm wording that right. We could still drop another $1,000 this week, and we could remain extremely bullish. Say we go below that, then we change the tune. We go below 8,300 US dollars significantly, and we have some daily closes below that, then that's a different story. Then we have to start being bearish, guys, okay? We have to be realistic at that point. However, right now, we are so much above some very key levels that we have a lot of room. We have more room for a pullback. We have plenty, guys. As you saw in this chart here, we've had rally after rally on these smaller time frames for the past few weeks, and that has given us a lot of leverage and a lot of room to even have some more downside going forward for the next week or two. Okay, we have some room. We could break down here. We could go down to some of these levels and still remain bullish. So that's what we have to watch out for. So guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.